TV land? Dewey Scum here. I'm going to be breaking down the skill tree in Path of Exile today. I'm just going to be bringing you guys some raw, uncut videos. That way you guys get a small idea of what's going on here. We're going to break it down into sections so it's not too difficult, because right now for a new player starting, there's quite a bit to grasp. I just want to make sure you guys understand that any character can use any item in the game, okay? As long as they have the stats for the item, as well as any character can be built into anything in the game as far as gems and whatnot. We're going to go into the gems after that. But pathing in this game is pretty specific, so although it looks like it's a whole lot of stuff, you won't be going in any random direction. Most likely, you'll be picking a path, and as I said before in the introduction, I want to make sure you guys have a good time in this game, have a full experience, and you want to find a build that suits you and follow it. You do not want to like go out there and venture off on your own and build your own build. It's probably not the best idea right now. But once you venture off, you can see that you'll notice that when you go into certain areas, there are clusters that you'll pick up and clusters that you won't pick up, and that'll all be pertaining to your build. Along the way, if you're going to be a life-based character, you're definitely going to have life, and if you're going to build into an evasion-based character, you're going to want to get your evasion from the tree as well as your gear. Now, powerful combinations of keystones and gems, along with your uniques that you find in the game, those can become very, very powerful builds. And along the way, you're going to get stronger and stronger as you get into that. Now, I want to briefly show you guys the difference here. Now, when you start, I know it's difficult to look at, but when you start, this tree is really, really huge, but the only main difference is where you start from in the tree as far as character selection. So if you're a witch, you're going to start up here. You'll notice that the witch area here, you have a lot of mana and energy shield regeneration. The Templar on this side here, a lot of life and mana. Now you can go definitely two ways as far as branching off, and those will correspond to what you're building into. You'll see more from your builds. The shadow on this side. So as far as the tree being that huge, you'll only really venture into maybe 2 or 3 different areas, you know, as far as where you're gonna head into this zone, and you won't be building into like all the way across the tree unless you have to. Very specific builds are gonna do that. I also want to touch briefly on the skill gems. I want to make sure you guys understand what those are. Those are where we actually get our skills from. Now, skill gems are gonna be either a skill like a burning arrow or a lightning trap. You can also get something like a cleave, or your totems, your auras, stuff like that comes from this. Or you can be these can be supporting. Now, gems are going to come in 2 types. They'll either be a regular gem or a quality gem. You can see the difference there. Now, quality per quality point will give it something different that the regulars don't, and usually they're pretty significant. In this case, it's lightning damage. You see at the top there, 8% increased lightning damage, whereas this one will never have the lightning damage. So, quality for certain gems are priority, and some are they're just luxury. You'll figure out which is which. Now, as far as gems and how they support each other, you're going to want to make sure you see that a gem can only be supported by a support gem if it's linked. So you can see that if I put this here, and I'll go ahead and use critical strikes on it, critical damage, that this will now, static strike will now be supported by the critical damage. But if I were to place my burning arrow here, it's because it's not linked, it will not be supported by the increased critical damage. Now, the best possible setup in this game, the most powerful setup in this game, would be a 6 linked item, and you would have one support gem. One main gem with 5 supporting gems. This definitely is one of those hard things to obtain in the game, and more than likely you'll be getting a 5 link. Even a 4 link will definitely suit your purposes in the beginning. You won't need to go past that. But just to make sure you guys understand that getting your gems sorted out and leveled up is a big deal, and you want to level them as fast as you can. But you want to also know that if you level a gem too high and you're using a piece of gear temporarily, this one here has 46 intelligence. If I were to take this off, I can't use some of my gems. So it's something you want to make sure to keep track of on what the item requirements are and what the gem requirements are. Alright, you guys, take care. I hope you have a good one. Alright, I'll see you soon. Peace.